Now, by the middle slash end of this video, I'm going to be going over something that I don't think I've seen something as messed up and corrupt done to a stock in my life, and this is on Bed Bath & Beyond. By the middle to the end of this video, we're going to touch on that, and yes, I had to hold the mic up for this one, but I am going to reattach it to my shirt. Without further ado, we have a lot of stuff to go over with AMC, GameStop, Bed Bath & Beyond, the S&P 500, so make sure to stay till the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. All I ask you to do is please hit the like button, and if I deserve it, hit the subscribe button so we can get to 14,000 subscribers. Let's get into the video. Defendants Counsel asserted, among other things, that AMC had a compelling business need to raise additional capital in order to pay down outstanding debt obligations. Plaintiffs and lead counsel understood that AMC had a significant need to raise additional capital and that the continued litigation, whether or not a permanent injunction were obtained, could risk the long-term health of AMC, which in turn would cause material harm to the members of the settlement class. Based on this conclusion, as well as the general risks in litigation, plaintiffs and lead counsel became concerned that continued litigation, even if successful from a legal standpoint, might result in no actual recovery for the settlement class. Now, I have been thinking about this for over a week now, and it's time to lay it on the table for you guys. I tweeted this, and I'd like to get this to the judge at some point. However, I do want your guys' feedback, as the entire retail community owning AMC should have a say in whether I'm right or not in this. So, the AMC versus the Allegheny lawsuit. Now, a company initiates a reverse stock split to raise capital in order to save itself. At least that is the case 99% of the time. Now, in this tweet, I state that I will not speak on the legality as of the vote was rigged or not, because that is for the court. I'm not asking you to revoke that question if it was rigged or not. However, the delay of the conversion and the reverse stock split prevents the attempt for the company to save itself, at least temporarily. If the attempt at raising capital is delayed, then I request one thing. AMC should not be allowed to be shorted until a verdict is reached, as well as shorts that have been borrowed since the contest, aka since the lawsuit, should be recalled. Now, this is my proposed statement that I would like to get to the judge, and the reason for this is because if a company cannot have the attempt to save itself and issue a reverse stock split, rigged vote or not, then in the meantime of this delay, the company should not be allowed to be shorted. Do you guys agree or do you guys disagree with me? We can have unlimited falling price action during the delay without the company given the right to save itself. If you pause the longs, then you have to pause the shorts. Moving on, Interactive Brokers is no longer allowing purchase of AMC One call contracts due to managerial concerns. They also removed the cost to borrow this week. In case you don't know, AMC One call contracts or AMC One put contracts include AMC and APE. Now, this could mean they are getting ready for the conversion, or this could mean that they are in a tough spot, a tough situation, and you could kind of correlate this to them taking the buy button away like they did back in January. Speaking of them taking the buy button away, they basically just did that with Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond is sell only, meaning you can still sell your position through the app, but you can't buy additional shares. Brokers like the Revolut app via Drive Wealth are no longer allowing the purchase of Bed Bath & Beyond. They have officially turned off the buy button, and the stock is still listed. Now, this isn't all the corruption that I wanted to bring up with Bed Bath & Beyond. We have a little bit more to go over. But before we do that, IMAX ER says that this Q1 is their best month ever. This will help give some foresights towards how AMC will perform in the coming ER release. So this is a great indication that you can correlate over to AMC, because what's going to happen here is they're going to try and steer the narrative that movie theaters are doing bad because Cinemark is doing bad. However, they can't really do that when IMAX is doing their best Q1 month ever. Now, keep an eye on ticker symbol Mullen, ticker symbol MULN. They announced today that they are taking certain affirmative steps in light of the extraordinary trading volume and evidence of unusually high levels of failed to deliver on short sales as reported to the US SEC. These steps include retaining outside counsel, which is working with shareholder intelligence services, aka Share Intel, to undertake a comprehensive analysis of data derived from broker-dealers, clearing firms, and other sources to provide actionable intelligence on potential market manipulation and illegal short selling. Share Intel offers unique access and insight into shareholder position movements and the ability to proactively track equity flows and identify suspicions or unusual trading activity. So Mullen is joining the fight against illegal naked short selling of its stock, unusually high fails to deliver, and they are working with Share Intel to do so. We have seen other companies do this as well. Keep an eye on Mullen because they could have a similar pop depending on how far they go with this, like ticker symbol GNS that ran 600% on that day. But remember, remember, Mullen has an options chain, and a lot of these stocks with options chain get pushed into the floor and halted with not letting them move. However, with the eyes on all of that stuff preventing it from moving, Mullen could have a nasty pop. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. AMC is currently trading at $5.52, up 3% on the day, and I think this has a lot to do with how the S&P 500 is moving, which is what we are going to talk about in 1 second. However, AMC is testing this top trend line of this parallel channel that we have drawn out in red, as well as the top trend line parallel channel that we have in white, which is the much more aggressive scale. AMC should be tracking this cycle that you see in blue and white right under the chart, and honestly, over the next couple of weeks, I do see AMC only scaling up to the upside. Whether that's in an aggressive manner or a slower climb, this is the way the algos and these cycles are pushing AMC to move forward. This is my outlook on AMC going forward. I think it's very safe to purchase call contracts at least a month or a few months out. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is all my opinion and what I'm doing. As for GameStop, we're getting this temporary pop on GameStop right off of this trend line that we have drawn out, and it's playing exactly what you see in gray, getting this little temporary pop. I think come next week, GameStop is going to break even lower than this gap fill at $18.30 and potentially even come down to that $16.30 level. As for Stonko Tracker for AMC, 600,000 shares available to borrow at a 199% fee. Calls to puts, we're losing on the options chain 23,000 calls compared to 44,000 puts expiring in the money, as well as a ton more people betting bearish this week on AMC's options chain, and the options chain loaded for May 19th is bearish as well. However, there are still a lot of bulls betting call contracts on AMC. As for GameStop, 700,000 shares available to borrow at a most recent fee of 9.9%, losing on the options chain 2,000 calls compared to 10,000 puts expiring in the money. However, over the next few weeks, more people are betting bullish on GameStop compared to AMC, where they're betting bearish on AMC. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about with Bed Bath & Beyond. But real quick, before I do so, if you guys want up to 15 free stocks, aka up to $30,000, each of these stocks are valued up to $2,000. All you have to do is hit my link, download Moomoo, and make a deposit. It can literally be a penny or $1, so make sure to go do that. You also get a ton of other benefits. Also, guys, pop in the Discord down below. Take a look at this. This morning we called out FRC, and 1 hour later, this thing dumped. Absolutely got slaughtered. So shout out to a few people in Discord who caught that. Guys, make sure to join the Discord link under the video. 1.8 million shares available to borrow on Bed Bath & Beyond, and you can see right here 0 calls expiring in the money, and the fee is very, very low. They are doing this thing on Bed Bath & Beyond with Stonko Tracker where they basically keep the calls in the money at 0 and the puts out of the money at 0, therefore putting all of the sell pressure on Bed Bath & Beyond and dumping all of the buy pressure if Stonko Tracker is correct. But not only that, on top of that, take a look at the short exempts on Bed Bath & Beyond: 6 million, 9 million, 8 million, 11 million, 8 million, 7 million, 7 million on Bed Bath & Beyond. What's happening here in front of your eyes is before the delisting happens, market makers and hedge funds and short sellers are gaining as much money as possible. They are digging this thing into the grave. They're naked short selling it. They're slamming it. They're not going to have to cover these FTDs. They are absolutely obliterating this stock, and the board is doing nothing about it. I'm sorry, as of now, if you are in Bed Bath & Beyond, it does not look like they are going to let this thing rip. It looks like they are taking advantage of it. The board is doing nothing, and they are essentially just going to profit insane amounts on Bed Bath & Beyond. Now, First Republic Bank, which is what we just called out in Discord, is not doing well. However, hearing unconfirmed rumors that the US government is coordinating urgent meetings to rescue FRC. This comes after just 72 hours they were adamant they weren't getting involved. 40 days ago they were given $30 billion in deposits to shore up the bank. You guys let me know if you bank with FRC and if you're taking your cash out now, because FRC just might end up on bankruptcy bingo. On top of that, JP Morgan says the S&P 500 could hit 3,500 by early summer, so they are still betting bearish on the S&P 500 despite what everybody else thinks. Now, despite what they think, the SPY has been rallying over the past couple of days, making higher highs and higher lows, trading at $414.74. Currently, as I'm making this video, up 0.5% on the day. It is retesting that 415 level for a third time. You saw it once back here, once back here, and finally it is retesting it for a breakout and a move even higher. As of right now, the fib is not letting this thing break out. You guys let me know where you think the S&P 500 is going to go over the next couple of weeks. Speaking of FRC, Charles Schwab is facing dwindling deposits as well, and all of the stocks underwritten by the same shady good Anthony Chuck Bura or were pumped during the summer meme run are literally ripping heads off. Ticker symbol MEGL up 300%, HKD up 20, TOP up 500, and UCAR up 10%. probably nothing I'd imagine. We talked about this in last night's video. Call me crazy if you will, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Overall, guys, before we close out the video, touching on some AMC Ortex numbers: 26.24% short interest, utilization maxed out, cost to borrow sitting at 350% for an average, as well as the same percentage for a max, 5.19% short interest on a 53% utilization, and the cost to borrow not being reported. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel on your way out. Have post notifications on. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.